Hey friends, I just want to say thanks for all the new subscribers. I've got a new video today. If you're thinking about getting started with beekeeping, I've got some great tips to help people that are in that category, just starting off and they weren't sure where to begin. So if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button and give the video a like, and let's talk about bees, all right? Hello everyone, my name is Gene Renee and I just wanted to make a video today to help people that are thinking about starting bees and keeping bees in their backyard, but they weren't sure what's all required, all that's involved, and how to really get started. So this video is for you folks today, and because I was there 12 years ago myself, I wanted to get some help in starting off this adventure. And maybe you have questions like, as far as what's involved in keeping bees, how much work is it, how much money does it cost? So I just want to talk about a few of those things real quick with you today. And one of the very first places I always tell people to start, is to educate yourself. Learn as much as you can about bees before you get your bees, so you'll have a real good start. And one of the best things that you can do is pick up a copy of the book, Keeping Bees with a Smile by Dr. Leo Sharashkin. And he recommends, and I do too, now I recommend the same thing that Dr. Leo does as far as keeping bees in horizontal hives. These are different than the traditional stackable Langstroth hives that you are probably used to seeing. And this is a far superior method of keeping bees. You're going to find that, especially for beginners, this is the best place to start. I wish that this is the way I started 12 years ago, because it is so easy. As far as the time commitment, it's almost non-existent. You'll park one of these horizontal hives somewhere in your backyard, and you can just let them go to town. The bees will take care of themselves. It does require maybe just a few hive visits a year. Me personally, I'm in my hives a little bit more than 2 or 3 times, but it's really not that critical to be in them constantly. In fact, it's better for the bees to be left alone. So this is a type of hive that mimics what the bees would find if they were living in a tree hollow. They've got good insulation, so they don't have the extremes of temperature getting too hot or getting too cold. The bees can live in here year-round, and they'll be just as happy in here as they would be if they were out in a tree somewhere. So for you, the beekeeper, you want to do at least a spring inspection and then a fall honey harvest. And I always look in there 1 or 2 more times throughout the year, just in case I see something that doesn't look quite right. So that's all you really need to do. So the time commitment is almost non-existent. You could have several hives, and you'll have plenty of time to do it. What's great about keeping them in horizontal hives is even in the spring buildup, if you're not right there every single week checking on them, that's okay. So if something came up in your family or with work and you weren't able to do a hive inspection during that build-up time, as long as the bees have extra space in here to build onto, they're going to do fine. They're going to fill that up with honey and more bees, and they're going to do great. So the book, Keeping Bees with a Smile, is probably the only book you'll ever need on keeping bees. And as far as equipment goes, you really don't need that much. And if you're handy, you can download plans on building these horizontal hives from Dr. Leo's website, horizontalhive.com. I also keep them on enjoybeekeeping.com as well, so that you can access them there. I also have a few other freebies that I keep on my website. I also have a list of mentors, because one of the best things that you can do is find a good mentor on keeping bees. So if you happen to know somebody locally, especially if they're doing it like this is by far the best way to learn keeping bees in horizontal hives. So if you happen to be in my backyard up in North Georgia, come see me. I'll show you how we're doing it here on the bee farm, keeping bees in horizontal hives. And if not, we're going to be having classes over the internet this fall and spring, and you can check those out if you'd like. As far as equipment, I just wanted to make sure that you don't have to break the bank. So you can buy a hive or you can build one, and that's going to save a lot of money if you can build them. And I build all mine, and it's great because I do get lumber cheap or free in a lot of places. And as far as the equipment goes, one of the critical things, I think there's like 4 or 5 that you're really going to want to have. So the first one is you're going to want to get a hive tool. That's just to help you move the frames around in the hive. The other thing is a smoker. You'll want some protective equipment. You don't have to have a whole bee suit unless it makes you feel comfortable working with your bees. So if you're nervous and really uptight about getting in there, then by all means wear a full bee suit. You find that you're probably only going to want to have a hat and a veil. That's all I have, and that's fine. European honeybees are pretty gentle and very laid back. They're easy to work. They're not killer bees. So as far as protective equipment, that's about it. The other thing that I recommend is maybe getting a bee brush, but try to resist the urge to pick up one of the beekeeping catalogs or go online and they'll show you all the different things that you can buy. You can spend, I've seen it, I've seen people spend $1,000 to $3,000 getting started keeping bees. You don't have to do that. In fact, I recommend that you try to do it on a reasonable budget, and if you do have funds, use it towards education. That's probably some of the best money that you can spend. So $20 for Dr. Leo's book, Keeping Bees with a Smile, is the best $20 that you'll spend. And then the rest of it you can build yourself, and then just get a handful of tools. So again, a hive tool, a smoker, a bee veil, a bee brush, and another thing that does come in handy is a long serrated knife. I find that's real handy for cutting crosscomb. And with those few things, you can start an adventure that's going to last a lifetime. And that's what my mission is on enjoybeekeeping.com. I want this to be fun for you, because a lot of beekeepers, they'll get started with bees, and then in about a year or two, or maybe even 3, they put everything on Craigslist, their bees die, they just can't keep up with it anymore, and they get frustrated. So I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want you to start up a project like this, because this is one of the coolest things that you'll ever do in your life. It's a great way to connect with people. I think it's a great way to bring the family together. So you could do this with your significant other. It could be a father-son or mother-daughter project that you do. It might be a way for you to make new friends. And beekeeping is cool, and you're going to find that the people that keep bees, they're in a demographic all to themselves. I find that beekeepers are some of the most fun people to be around, and they're just really grassroots, down-to-earth people, and you're going to connect really well with other beekeepers. So you got to do this. You got to try it. So friends, I hope that helps you to get started. So education, and then some basic tools. You don't have to break the bank. And then look for my classes coming up online. Because of the coronavirus situation, we're not having people here at the farm too often. As things start to open up, we'll probably have people here again at the farm, but we used to have them right in our classroom. So watch for online classes and enjoybeekeeping.com. If you'd like to visit my website and then sign up for my email newsletter. I only send out 1 or 2 a year just to let people know if there's going to be some classes. So if you'd like to do some online classes with me, I'd love to have you. You're going to have a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing you. Take care, friends, and enjoy beekeeping.